Hey everyone, Sohan here. So today I'm going to try to demonstrate to you how I'm going to build a project uh, from total scratch, from getting to the research and everything, and how we have done it. We're going to build a project now. I'm going to explain step by step how I'm going to be doing. So our project, which we're doing for SIH, is on R&D analysis using. So they're going to give a proposal, and we have to evaluate on different criteria. For example, financial technical feasibility to know whether it is a good project or not. If should we approve funding or not. This is for CIL, that is Coal India Limited, which is going to evaluate projects on a regular basis, and it's for the R&D side. So let us see. So what I did first is I took all of the problem statement and the resources that I needed, the ones which I need, which is the project proposals, how do they look, the technical feasibility, all the information which I am in need of. I've asked Perplexity's deep research to generate, and then I have results of different things that I can look around with. For example, we have the benchmarking algorithms which I've asked it. So how do I benchmark my answers for the previous projects that were generated, and many more. So what we did then, was took all of this data which we have got, that is relevance parameters, funding structure, how it works. We have all of this data now, and once we had all of this data, our team then went ahead and checked. We tried to filter the parameters, so it's not like we give all the work to the AI and it's going to do it correct every time. There may be some additional parameters that might be overlooked or the logic might be flawed. So what we did is we took all of this data and then we tried to refine it according to our use case. So after we had all of this, we did our own research and then we came up with our parameters and the information that is needed. And then we have put all of it in the parameter section with clear explanations of how we want it to be done. We have also thought of how the innovation needs to be done. So we were thinking of maybe weighted system for giving the scores. So maybe 10 first. So the main thing when vibe coding, you're doing vibe coding is you have to be good at doing the research, because giving the context to the AI is really, really important for the quality of output you need to get. Okay. So for that, we have did all the research. We got the parameters that are needed. We got the guidelines or the text that is needed for us. We needed S&T guidelines. So we got that for the funding process. And then here comes the part. I have written a detailed text of the colors that I need. For example, the colors that I need in my app. This obviously I don't have. I can't just type random colors, right? So what I did is from my previous projects, the UI that I liked or the colors that I liked, I've put all of it here. If you have not made a project previously, you could stick to any of the colors that you want. You can search for templates of the colors. So I kept the colors here, what I want, and then I gave a detailed explanation of what are the things that I want, how I want the UI to feel, how the front end to feel. So here you can see that I've given the front end text. I've given it that I need front end with these particular colors. And there's something that you need to understand when you are talking to AI, or let's just think of it like talking to a person. If I say someone to go to Charminar, there are multiple ways in which they can go to Charminar. So they might be taking an auto, they might be going on a bike, maybe on a cycle, or they will like just I'll take metro and then keep walking. So the different methods for the same thing on. So there are different ways in which you do. But if I mention that he has to go fast, even that is not enough. He might try to go in a car or maybe a bike now to and try to go as fast as possible. But when I give him the details on what is the fastest route or the optimized route, he's going to do that. So if I say go to metro first, then after boarding out of the metro, take a bike. It is the fastest way in which you can go, and after a particular point, you need to walk. So it's a similar thing here. If I need quality output and the output that I need to give the proper context of what has to be done. So what I did here is I give the front end colors, and I thought different things that I need. So I need to use the exact terminology too to get the best results. So for example, I like the thing in the you see in the video games. So there is like for example, in FIFA, there is a stats graph thing. So I was confused on what it is called. I just can't describe it naturally. So what I did rather is take the images that I felt were good, and then I asked them to explain what this is called, and then I just kept those terminologies inside in here. So that's called a spider chart, which is radar, and then a gauge meter. Then I gave details about how each of the page should look like. First, I need an input page where the document has to go in and all that. So it was about giving the details. In front end, I told this page has to have this and all that stuff. And now I have a flow here explaining what should be the flow of. So first input is given, the text is extracted, then the AI model is going to score it according to the SNT guidelines up to two decimal places. Like I'm being very, very specific. The more context and the narrowed context that you provided, the better it would be at generating exactly like you want. So when generating with AI, the one thing you need to have is clarity of thought. If you are clear on what you want to build, it is almost certain that you will get a good result. So I have all the details that is needed. I have the front end, I explain the flow, I have the different parameters on which it has to be evaluated, and then I have the guidelines. So I have all of this. So there are different tools that we can use. We can build it in GitHub Copilot, or if you have Cursor, you can build it in Cursor. And there are other websites like the one that I'm using right now, which is bold.new, which is really good at building at a fast pace and giving a good UI. So what I want to do is I want to attach the documents that I have and ask it to generate. I'm going to provide all of the context to it. And now I have to give a prompt for it to understand what I'm expecting from it. I have the needed documents for you to understand what I am working on. Right? So now I will also tell it I need a beautiful web interface. Okay, not web interface, website. And it should be working. It shouldn't be like a mock website or just a front-end website. So a beautiful working website using Gemini API key for and Gemini model 2.5 Flash. I'm going to mention that too so that it knows what I'm working on. And then I need you to see the specifications of the front end I need, the flow of how the app has to work, and other details that I have provided, like the previous project data, which is used to benchmark the scores, and also SNT guidelines document that is needed. Now, I think I have told most of it, but I want to provide more context. Here is a problem statement I am working on, right? I want to give it the entirety of the problem statement that I'm working on. So I'll just go here, search for SIH. Well, now my problem statement is 0. So I'm going to copy all of this. Oh, here I can explicitly mention what tech stack it has to use, but right now I don't want to. I just want it to build as fast as possible and get the relevant prototype that we are looking for. So I'll click build now. Let's see what happens. Well, there are some different modes that I'm seeing, which I'm not tried yet, but probably would. Let's see what it has to do. And the thing is, even if we get a proper version or just a front end, maybe we can build upon it in our local machine using Copilot rather than building all of it on Bolt. So let's see what it does for us. Apparently, it's working using TypeScript, CSS, React 2. So as you can see, it has started building it for me. Logic is being written. Looks like most of it is done. Yep. So it's asking me to put the API key in your service. Okay. So it's asking us to fill it up here. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill it up. I'm going to pause the recording. Apparently, let's build something, but I can't see it. So I'll just try to debug it and see what it has to say. There was some problem with the dependencies that were downloaded, apparently. That's one thing that is good with TypeScript that you get to know if there's an error. So you can see it is itself running all the required dependencies. So it even seems to be updating some part of it. Let's see contexts, components, pages, services. Okay. Well, look at this. It was able to find the error. I asked it to go through what could be the problem. I'm seeing a white screen. It said maybe the entry point is wrong. For that, I have used the discuss mode. And then I was like, okay, fix the application entry point. I just clicked here, fix white screen, and then it's working now. Let's see how it works. Um, 1 minute. I've got a demo proposal txt file. Let's see if we can use it in the application. Okay, let me this file. Oh, did not update. But let's save. Where is it? Okay, let's reopen it once. Nope, not there still. Okay, we'll just drag and drop it. Well, that would work, right? Oh, I see the problem. Do you see the problem? Yep, that was the problem. Let's go back, choose file, or we can even drag and drop now, I think. But yeah, start evaluation. And one more thing, it's best practice to when you're checking it, you can have the console open, you can see the errors. These are the previous errors, so don't mind those. Something's up with the app. Did it crash? Maybe. Try to rerun it probably. It's a console here itself, so just npm run dev to start the app or npm start. We'll go back, check for the preview. Yeah, opened and re-uploaded it once again. Nope. Looks like we got some scores. Let's check analytics. Is it like the one that I wanted it to be? Technical feasibility score, financial feasibility score, novelty assessment. Okay, that score was nice. And there's a final score. Guidelines. Components, okay, it's a 9.85, so it has done all of it. Coal industry proposal. Well, one more thing is we're not looking at it in full screen mode, so that might be a problem. I think it's good enough right now. In a way, maybe there might be accuracy issues, so we need to check that too. So let me in full screen if we can. I can just download this project if I want to. So it basically is not compatible in a way. And one more thing, when we click it, it should be able to, oh, it is able to redirect us to the scores of how much each of them is too. Nice. Exactly what we wanted. Yep. Now let's see how it looks in the full screen mode. I have a text document. I'll set it up for evaluation. Evaluation is done. Do analytics. Oh, like there's some error in it. We have to do it again. Okay. Let's look at this picture. Yeah, we can regulate the parameters for each of them. That sounds good. Should we test it? It's 6. Oh, works. No, 13 is out of the charts. Maybe we should also add a drag down option. Oops. Seems to be a bit of error in this too. Yep. Yep. It's memo text, start evaluation. What was the error last time? I think we clicked some button and then it started loading itself. View detail analysis. Is this where it bugged out? Yeah, it's bugging out at the same spot. Well, might be because it's here. Now let's see how we can export it. I'm out of tokens, so I will be continuing with my local setup. Let's download this. We have the downloaded version here. Yep. So I would like to move this into my SIH project. Does it have all of content that's needed? Looks like it. So let's also rename it. Rename it from project to R&D bolt. I do think it has done a good job in terms of generating. The UI looks good. Let's see how it runs on the local computer first. Okay, so to continue in your local laptop, you need to know a few things on how React works. So starting, you need to download the modules that are needed. So you need to type in npm install to install all the required modules, which are required for the project. So once you do that, going to start downloading all the requirements. You can see our node modules. Once that's done, we need to type npm run dev, and it's going to start the app for us. This show does take some time, but once it's done, we can get started. Now, one more thing you will see is all the code is modular in React in specific. So the ones that are being used multiple times, for example, the gate chart and the spider chart, which, okay, let's see here, 7 vulnerabilities found, 6 packages loading for funding run. So yep, all of them have been downloaded, added 322 packages. Now let's pm run dev, and it's going to start this up. Okay, click on this, follow link. It's opening up the app for me. The loading time generally is a bit slow when it comes to React apps because there are modules that have to be loaded and all that. Compared to that, if you look at web technologies like HTML, CSS, they are a bit fast in loading because they don't use any dependencies which are there. Let's see now. Start evaluation. It has to work. No evaluation data. So there's some error. We need to work on the error. Maybe if we do Control Shift I, we can check if there was anything that we missed. Let's keep it open and then let's see what's happening. Well, the UI looks good. That's a good thing. Or maybe it's the button that's the problem. Maybe if I click somewhere else. Nope. Yeah. So R&D board, right? Now we need to files, folders, src, files, folders. My bad. Price folders. What what's the prompt that was used? Tell me why when the analysis is generated, it is not taking us to uh, analytics page when I asked it to. Navigation logic. So yes, we just need to click here for editing, and not this file. Which file does it need us to do? Document upload. So we have to go to pages, document upload, and here it is saying set ease analyzing. We see that anywhere. I think I noticed a problem here. If I upload this and then I click here, I'm able to see the analytics. But if I just upload it, download it, that is, uh, if I upload it and then I'm getting an option here to view analytics, then we're getting it an error. So that's the problem. It's a redirection problem. And that's what even it is saying. So let's just see if is it the page that's asking us to do it. It's in document upload apparently. Mm-hmm. Is it this page? So was that the problem? Let's keep and see if it works now. Is it? So it auto updates generally in VS Code, so you don't have to restart the code again. I'll show you how it works. See, updated. Yep, it has automatically redirected. But there seems to be some error here. It was unable to parse probably. Yep, it was unable to parse this code. Let's try it again. Maybe it's also catching the answers that are being generated. It is able to redirect, but the information is not missing. So we need to work on that error. But I hope you get the crux of how it actually works. Oh, it has redirected this time and it's working. Perfect. Yep. So that was it, I guess. Most of how development is done and how fast it's done. I think you had a look of it, and also how we are going to do research. After doing research space, how to accumulate all of it into a particular prompt. More than prompt, what is important is the context that you're providing. As you've seen, I've given detailed context of what to be built, and it has built it. That's how you do it in general. Yep, that's it for the day. Thank you.